but let's kind of look ahead together. What is the one AI use case that you're most bullish on for SE teams as you look ahead over the next 12
Oof.
months?
Agentic AI, agentic SEs. I don't know how I feel about that. About I like the idea, right, of having it as a supporting tool. Like we give a demo and then you send that out. But I'm still not convinced because it's almost like that personal connection, at least for me, is my favorite part of the job, right? Building those relationships. So if I was going to send a demo out and it told you to talk to an agent, I don't know if I like that. Instead, I want to send an interactive demo out to trigger some questions for you to come back to me so I can answer them and help tell the story.
When you think about agentic SEs, tell us what that means to you.
That I mean, I don't think it will ever replace us, right? Because of the relationship. Um, I think there are people that would like it, right? I don't like picking up the phone. So as much as I want to talk to them, or because it's a prospect I'm trying to sell and trying to build that relationship, I might like that better because I can ask something without having to talk to a person
Hmm,
and get on a call, and I can do it on my own time. So for business side in my selling, I don't like it, but maybe on a personal side, I would.
interesting. But let's go back to the AI use case you're bullish on for SE teams, both Jonathan and Michael.
Digital twins. It's similar to Shannon, mixed feelings about it, but the reality is an organization is stronger when it captures institutional knowledge into something that can be shared with other people, at least in the team. Um, Hollywood has been grappling with this digital twin idea for a long time, from the
Yeah.
beginning. And and I know of a company that has a knowledge base that's influenced by everything that is said in Slack, which allows management to understand how the company's thinking and feeling in a way that you couldn't do otherwise. Little, it's a little out there, but it's happening. And so I think there's got to be a place to discuss this digital twin idea because I like the ability to do that too. If people can access what I'm saying and thinking about the organization offline at their whim, that's helpful. But at the end of the day, Shannon, I would want them to eventually come back to us to do the innovative part, to do the creative part, and to do the relationship part.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I think there is going to be a space for that agentic SE, right? Where, but it's for me, it's more going to be more about like a smaller deal, right? If you're just looking to buy 5 licenses or 10 licenses of a product, you can probably go onto a website and talk to an agentic SE, right? But I think for some of those enterprise level deals, that's obviously the NSC is never going to be replaced. To your point, Shannon, it's there's always that connection, and I think even on our last call that we had, a couple months back, we talked about how sometimes you get on the phone and you're like agent, agent, because you don't want to
Yes.
you don't want to speak to a bot, all the time. So I think that's never going to be replaced. It's just going to make us more, it's elevate our role to be more advisors. I think for me, I'm more bullish on, and I think we all use AI for to prepare for calls, but I think we're just going to get it's just going to get deeper, right? We're going to go into calls and be prepared for objections and all kinds of different things, right? I also, for me, I support the Latin American region, so I've gotten to a point where I'm also, I get on a call or I get an email and I understand it, but I always will throw it into ChatGPT and say, "Can you explain? Make sure I'm understanding this correctly." And give me, recommendations, and then it'll translate it back into English. So it's, for me, I'm expanding my use case into another language in
Mm.
another region. So for me, it's been very helpful for analyzing that market, which would have taken me so long to do research on that region. So it's there's another for me, it's another use case where it shines.
Yeah, that's great.
How have you found its translation capabilities? I'm actually very curious about that because I would not be able to evaluate it.
That's true.
No, that's a good point. Sometimes, and the funny thing is, one of the caveats with that is every country down there, right, has a different, have vernacular, right? They have different, even though they all speak, not all of them, but for the most part, it's Spanish. Like everybody has their own. It's kind of like the U.S., right? Every region has a different dialect. So you definitely have to take the translation and tweak it a little bit. But yeah, no, I mean, for the most part, it's great, but I think sometimes it gets a little too, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It gets a little too professional, if that
Wordy?
makes sense. Yeah, wordy, a little, yeah, buzzwords.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to take it, make it your own, and obviously don't take
You can't
straight.
say make it sound like me because it doesn't know how to
Exactly.
another
Yeah.
language.
Right. 100%.
That's a good tooltip though, Shannon. Make it sound like
Yeah.
me. I think is a
Oh
pretty
yeah.
useful prompt overall for anyone who's never tried that.